I love you, Allah.
Jibreel alayhi salam comes to the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam one day, and he says to him, Ya Muhammad, live as much as you want, you will die. Love whomever you want, you shall depart from them. And do whatever you want, you shall be rewarded with it, or you shall be recompensed with it. Then he says, Ya Muhammad, know that the honor of the believer is in their prayer night, in the night prayer. And the dignity and the high station of a believer is in him not being in need of others, not being in need of other people. Profound words from Jibreel alayhi salam. And Jibreel, being one of the angels, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says about them, لا يعصون الله ما أمرهم ويفعلون ما يؤمرون. They only obey Allah. Whatever He commands them, they never disobey, and they only do that which they are commanded. These are profound words that we should all reflect upon, and we should take lessons from. And this same kind of words should be directed to us as well. That live as much as you want, you shall die. Death will come to you. No matter how much future you think is ahead of you, one day death will come and snatch you out of this world. That's the story of every human being and every creature. And love whoever you want. You might think that's it when you find someone that you love and you are united with them. You feel that that's it, you possess all of life and that state will be there for eternity. But you shall depart from them. You shall leave them, or they will leave you. Then Jibreel alayhi salam tells the Prophet ﷺ about the most important thing that really counts and matters, that will stay with you till the hereafter. He says to him, وَاعْمَلْ مَا شِئْتَ فَإِنَّكَ مَجْزِيٌّ بِهِ. Do whatever you want. You choose your actions. You do whatever you want to do, whatever you feel like doing. But the point is, you will be held accountable by means of that, according to that. So use that freedom in a responsible way, in a responsible fashion. Then he points him to something that is valuable and that is important and helpful. Just after you realize these facts, that you will not live forever, that you will leave this world one day, and that you will leave the people that you love and the people that you feel connected to. You shall leave them, and you will leave them alone. And yes, you have the freedom to do what you want, but it's not an open checkbook, because whatever you do, you shall face it on the day of judgment. So you are preparing, you're setting yourself up for the day of judgment based on what you do. So choose wisely. Then he gives him practical advice, something that will give him dignity in this world, something that will keep him in a state of honor, and that's praying at night. Why? Because it brings you closer to Allah. That's the time when you leave everything behind and you just connect with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and you have a time to spend with Allah. Because life takes us over. During the day we're busy chasing our work and our business and our relationships and our goals and our desires and our pleasures. But we tend to forget about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, so we lose our focus. We stop, or we fail to see the reality of this life, and we don't realize that we were brought into this life to be able to connect to Allah and make our way back to Him. But the distractions take us away from that. So we need to readjust our focus. So when you pray, and when you do that at night, you're readjusting your lens so you can focus on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and you can put everything in its right place. Then he points to something else that's extremely important. He says the dignity of a believer is in the fact that he is not in need of other people. He's not in need of other creation. And that refers to the state of the heart. because you are only poor towards Allah. You only need Allah in your heart. So don't let your heart be attached to anyone in terms of your needs. Let it be attached to Allah. But practically and physically speaking, you chase whatever you are supposed to get. You work towards it. You build relationships. And you have normal interactions, but you do not attach your heart to people. You attach your heart to the Lord of people. And that's the way to go through this life.